So he might throw it around even a bit more through the chase.
Well, that is the interesting difference between the Peter Jackson cars and the Shell cars this weekend. The Peter Jackson car obviously running Bridgestone tyres, the Shell cars on Dunlops, and it was the Peter Jackson cars that set the pace for the Fords early in practice. First practice session Wednesday, Seaton was just 2/10 behind the fastest car at the time. So they really have been setting the pace, but the Shell team have closed the gap as the weeks progressed.
The exit to the chase, and Jones comes down. He'll get the green as he works his way into pit straight. The guy that's used to qualifying, standing on them.
He used to always qualify well when he had his Williams. And this is a business where you have to get up to the front of the grid.
Guy with enormous experience. 1980 World Formula One champion. Also Australian GT champion. He's driven everything from Can-Am cars to sports cars at Le Mans. He's driven just about everything and done it with great style.
Great style and great verve.
And tremendous speed.
Heading up the Holden Hill. Jonesy working his way to Repco, the right-hander.
Using every ounce of the road there, right over, wheel over the white line. Just trying to drift through here. That rock doesn't actually go all the way down to that Armco, so that shot doesn't look as dangerous as he's just made it look.
Yes, just locks it up a little bit on the way in.
It is fabulous to watch these guys, Alan, on these one-lap qualifiers. They can really hang it out. The fastest times are found just those millimetres from the wall.
Yeah, for our cameraman there.
And they know they don't have the disappointment of going over the brow of some of these blind corners and seeing somebody right on the line again there.
Sticks the wheel right over the white line, 200 kilometres an hour across the top of the mountain. It's an unbelievable roller coaster ride as they come over here across Skyline. Alan Jones, look at the split compared to Tony Longhurst.
Well, it was a 1:10. It was pretty quick. Actually, he is marginally faster than Longhurst at the top of the mountain.
Longhurst did about a 1:28 that part of the track last time around. Alan Jones putting in a nice quick one here.
It's a very smooth run. He hasn't put a foot wrong here. It's not locking up anything. It's squeezing through every one of those corners.
Well, Jones 0.4 of a second faster at the same point across the mountain that time. So he's on a quicker lap than Longhurst. If he can carry that speed all the way down Conrod, I'm sure he'll be faster.
Here he comes on his way. Listen to it. No backing off. Break time into Caltech's chase.
Through the gears.
Look at the way he just slides into the chase there.
He was hanging on to it. She was a little taily there. He's got it set up loose.
Absolutely maximum performance from the Peter Jackson Falcon. Jones hammering this engine back through the gears. 206 as he swings back toward pitch straight.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot quicker, isn't it? Across the line now to take the flag. He's in the 12s, a 2:12.71. A 2:12.71 to Alan Jones. So he goes to the top of the All Panorama.
First of the second generation races in Australian touring car racing. And boy, if this guy's cool head and his composure and unbelievable raw speed, an indication of the future of touring car racing in this country, we're in pretty good shape. This guy really has impressed a lot of people in a very short period of time.
He reminds me of the chance that Glenn Seaton got when he was taken by Fred Gibson into the Nissan team, Datsun team at the time, and able to be nurtured by Fred and his dad Bo, given good equipment, but the talent was there, and Stephen has got the same opportunity, and he's certainly using it well.
He doesn't just cash in on his dad's famous name either. This guy is so committed to motorsport. He lives it, eats it, breathes it 24 hours a day. He studies racing videos. He just studies lap times. He studies everything about motorsport, almost as an art form, and he's so heavily into it, so committed to it. It really is very impressive.
Really wound up there. You can see the leverage in the chassis. When you see that wind up in the body, that's not happening by wind power. That's horsepower. Look at that. Whipping it through that corner. Any fellow that takes that curve up there has got the brave pills on board.
We'll check the splits for you at Forest Elbow in comparison to two other cars. Gets the wheel up in the air. He's driving this car very, very hard, but so tidy so far. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Down through the elbow, back through the gears, lining up for Forest Elbow and Conrod Straight, a critical corner this.
Through there nicely.
Quick exit.
No trouble. He'll whip that up now through third, fourth, fifth, sixth speed in the Hollinger six-speed boxes. Everybody running this fabulous Hollinger gearbox designed by Peter Hollinger in Melbourne. A world-class contribution to motor racing.
Check the splits for you at Forest Elbow. About 0.07 of a second slower than Jones when he reached out the elbow that time around, but he may have picked up a little bit of speed on the straight. These Shell Fords are generating enormous horsepower at Bathurst this weekend.
He makes the exit from Caltex Chase beneath the Bridgestone Bridge. Come down and complete his one lap here at Mount Panorama. Previous best of 2:12.71 to Alan Jones. Junior Johnson out of the final turn comes across the line. Fairly close, maybe in the 13s, yes, at 2:13.11, the time for Stephen Johnson. 2:13.11, not a bad effort at all. And he has a very experienced co-driver tomorrow in Charlie O'Brien from Queensland, so an all-Queensland effort here with the exception of John.
Good clean run onto the straight. They don't want to be locking it up in the first corner before they even get a run at the timing light. The beam is under the track, radio controlled, and the car trips the beam automatically. There's no argument at all about somebody slipping on stopwatches here. We've got the world-class timing system installed here with monitors on every car.
This guy gets the bravery award for me for the week. I was watching him through the traffic on the top of the mountain. Just scintillating stuff. He's just so quick in the car. And he hasn't been making any mistakes. The car has been very, very fast all week.
I think what you're seeing there, Mark, is with his motorbike background on so many different circuits that must have been hairy all over the world, that Bathurst probably less intimidating to him than it is to a number of drivers.
Over our track cam, up toward the top of the mountain, over Reed Park, it's a wheel in the air. Inside the white line cheer from the crowd. Gardner right on the limit as he comes toward McPhillamy Park this time around.
He pulled a perfect lap here at Mount Panorama last year, with the exception of the dipper where he got it up on two wheels. We'll see whether he's cured that as he heads down. Very capable co-driver Neil Crompton for tomorrow's great race. Here we go, heading to the dipper. That was much better.
Keep in mind too, Gardner was the fastest man to Forest Elbow in last year's run-offs, but he really lost it due to a lack of horsepower down Conrod Straight. They've got new Rob Benson engines this year. There's no shortage of grunt from the Coca-Cola Chevys, so he shouldn't be lacking for straight line speed. Nice exit from Forest Elbow.
Yes, he's done well there.
And let's check the split. He's the fastest man to Forest Elbow, 1 minute 27.80, so he's carrying that speed all the way down Conrod. This should be the fastest lap if he can carry that all the way down the main straight.
We'll have a listen to the Holden engine, or the Chevy, as it works the straight.
280k, that's 180 mile an hour on the old scale, folks.
Don't sound any better than that at Indianapolis, I can assure you. That's a fabulous ring out of that 5-litre Chev.
He comes beneath Bridgestone again, heading down. The Dunlop shod car of Wayne Gardner, sponsored by Coca-Cola. They're getting stronger throughout this season. Final corner comes up. Checkered flag at the ready. A little sideways out of there, but it should be a good time just the same as he gets across the line. Yes, sir. 2:12.54. 2:12.54. Holden fans have just gone berserk along pit straight.